Alright guys, this is the second episode. Back with us is Ash. I told you I'd rope him into co-host. And we have another good friend of mine, Phil Price.
Hi guys.
So, we're going to do this the other way around this time actually, because we put all the Final Fantasy stuff at the back end, which was really stupid.
Yeah.
So, they already know ours, so Phil, character name and server please.
Right, my character name would be Ira Alphabet, and I'm on Luma. Is it Luma?
Lamia.
Llama. Sorry.
So basically what you're getting on is you're at the same server as we are, right?
Yeah, we're all on the same server there.
Right, alright. And you are Black Mage.
I am Black Mage, yeah.
The King of Devastation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ash doesn't play mage classes, there's too much work involved. Bad enough when we're bloody mage bards.
Yeah, we are now.
No, now we're not. We were though.
We were, yeah. Oh, yeah, with a cast bar, yeah.
Under Wanderer's Minuet, we're as good as bloody mage class anyway.
Yeah.
Yay, we'll give you extra damage, but you're going to have to stand still to do it.
Yeah, that's the only problem with casters though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you see, this is one of those things, it's like, at least as a black mage, once you get a spell off, you're pretty much back up and running.
Yeah.
By the time we've dodged an AoE, somebody's probably frigging died. That's our fault. You know, I see, like, mage casters complaining all the time because they have to move, and I'm just sat there thinking, I'm the friggin' healer, how do you think I feel? Self-inflicted, fair enough, but, you know, that's how I avoid the DPS queues. Because they're horrendous.
They are indeed.
Well, they were bordering... I think they were bordering 90 minutes when Stormblood first come out.
Oh, Christ.
So, you know, you sort of avoided... Both of you avoided the worst of it, really. Phil, you came in pretty late to Stormblood.
I was late, yeah, I was late coming into Stormblood.
But you're through now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, 4.1 with me.
Woohoo!
Were you as disappointed with the Hildebrand single quest as I was?
Oh my god, how shocking was that? There wasn't even Hildebrand in there.
No Hildebrand in it. The quest takes about 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I left from the patch. That was the last thing that I kept. I was like, right, I'm going to keep this now. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Hildebrand, yay! And then, where is he?
And then nothing at all. That's just like that.
It's literally one quest with what's her face, and it takes about 3 minutes to do, and then that's it.
Yeah, nothing to do at all. No action, just loads of dialogue. That's it.
I hope there's better writing for this series, because the Heavens Ward was terrible.
And no Hildebrand either, so...
It just wasn't... I don't know, in the Realm Reborn it was kind of fun and a nice distraction and good comedy.
Which one was the one with GG?
That was the Heavens Ward stuff.
I enjoyed that one.
I did for a thing, but the humour seemed forced.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem as fluid as the original story chain. When we were chasing the original chain is the one that culminates with Battle on the Big Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to Google it now.
Can't think what it's called now.
Gilgamesh.
Oh, yeah.
Gilgamesh. That's the original chain. Okay, so on we go. Favourite dungeon, Phil? What do you reckon?
Oh, it has to be Anti-Tower for me.
Anti-Tower. I still have not got that sodding minion.
No?
Nope.
I think I managed to get it. I just randomly get minions every now and again, and mounts as well.
I've seen it drop once since that dungeon came out.
Goodness me.
Yep.
Is it like rarer than all the others, or is it just...
No, it has the same percentage. I just seem to keep landing in the ones that don't have that minion because the minions aren't a guaranteed drop.
Yeah.
And I'm not spending $1 million up to get it off at market. I'm not that desperate yet.
Yeah. Not like you're only missing one.
Oh no, I'm missing quite a fair few, but
Yeah.
I've spent enough money on that game as it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I bought the blooming lightning costume for Christ's sakes.
Did you?
Yeah.
What does that look like? Well, obviously lightning, but
Yeah, pretty much. Lightning.
It's a good job it's not real money.
That was real money.
oh, never. How much did that cost?
£8. Because it would a drop in the Final Fantasy 13-3 crossover event, and I didn't start playing until after that finished.
Yeah. So it ties in with Lightning Returns and...
If you'd have done the original event, you got it anyway.
Yeah.
But if you didn't get it during the event, the only way to get it now is to buy it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the events that have, like, exclusive items.
Well, pretty much any seasonal event we get is exclusive.
Yeah.
And we've
Like
just had the last one.
Like the watch. The watch.
The
thing.
Yokai Watch, yeah.
Yeah.
Although that seems to be becoming a yearly thing.
Does it? I managed to get, I think it was 7 minions out of that. I never got a mount.
I got all the minions from that in the end.
Did you?
Mount. I got all the minions and what effectively looks like a friggin' sperm mount.
Yeah, I think that's why I wanted it. I wanted to ride around on a sperm.
There goes my PG rating. Thanks for that.
It's not bad.
But yeah, I mean, the Yokai one was like a year ago, and then they brought it back. So I wonder if it become a seasonal event. I have to excuse the child in the background.
That's fine. I put my child in the bedroom.
Well, I would, but mine won't stay there.
I was like, yeah, here's Fable, go play it.
Didn't we already do our favourites, Ash? I mean, mine's Anti-Tower as well. I love that place.
It's definitely my favourite. It's just fantastic. That is.
I love that place.
Well, for the record, probably my favourite dungeon, maybe Keeper of the Lake.
Well, I'm not surprised the amount of times you ran that.
Yeah, and I do know that one well. Possibly, just for the looks of it, Hullbreaker Isle's a close second as well. I just think that's beautiful.
Oh, God, I remember grinding that for when Evans Ward first come out. No, it wasn't Hullbreaker, it was Never Reap. Of course, if you're any kind of co-host, you just carried on the whole show without me.
Oh, well, you know. I was just about to burst into song, but...
we got back before you broke out the frozen.
Yeah.
It'd only get edited out anyway, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't know, I might leave that in just for fun of it. Yeah, have you been in Ivalice yet, Phil?
Ivalice, that's the...
24.
Yes!
God, that plane is a pain in the ass.
Oh my God, yeah.
That place
the amount
is
of times
brutal.
we died in that place.
That place is brutal.
Worse than, what's it called now? Weeping City.
Oh, it makes weeping look easy.
Oh no.
It is fast, it is high impact, and it is not forgiving at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. No.
No, I mean, not that weeping's easy, but you know.
I think every fight is basically Ozma.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, Ozma's never going to be great, I don't think, until about 3 years from now or something.
Do you know
when you
what?
can run it on your own.
I haven't seen Ozma wipe in about 3 months. I haven't seen a wipe at Ozma in about 3 months.
Yeah.
It is
Well,
stupid easy now. It's Ozma's the big orb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boss free in Wiping City.
In City, yeah.
Yeah. Good old boss free.
Second part of Void Ark Saga.
We've all had a fair few wipes there.
It was the one place that was guaranteed to jam any party up were wiping at one point.
Yeah.
We don't call it Wiping City for now.
I remember my first time through was a nightmare. Finally getting through, I was just like, oh, thank God.
And ironically enough, we got through Ozma. First time I ran it, we got through clean.
Yeah.
First
Nice.
time. And then we got murdered by bloody Forgal. I wish that guy had just stayed frigging dead. There's about 4 or 5 times we've run into him now.
It's like the first time you run it and you don't wipe and stuff, you're like, this is piss easy. This is piss easy. Like, and then the next time you run it, you wipe about like 6 or 7 times and you're like, why did I bother?
And then you're like,
I'll tell you what's worse.
Like,
I remember, boy, this sounds so bad, but I remember when Syracuse Tower was actually hard. Yeah, I know, the concept seems stupid now, but honestly, it was a pain in the backside. But I remember going into that, and 18 of the 24 were new players.
oh no.
fun.
Yeah,
That's
that
where
went painfully slow.
That's where you just go, good luck, guys, and try your best.
No, that's where you go, duty finder, leave.
Well, yeah, you could do.
Not that I'd ever do such a thing. I don't do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not often, anyway. There are extenuating circumstances when I will walk out, but not often.
Yeah.
That 30 minutes.
Try and be as patient as you can, really, can't you? You gotta really.
Oh no, I'm a selfish twat. I really don't care. It's that 30-minute block.
Yeah. I mean, Mark, you've run dungeons with me. I don't know how many times. You've seen how crap I am. I died.
I've played with worse.
Loads of times. I'm terrible at remembering mechanics and stuff. And
To be honest, I don't remember mechanics in a dungeon. I couldn't tell you what mechanics a dungeon is going in, but I know once I'm in there, it's sort of just it's muscle memory.
Yeah. Sometimes with me, it's when I actually see the boss, I'm like, oh, that's him.
I remember that one.
Then it clicks
Or I'll
back
get
in.
halfway through a fight, get clobbered, and like, oh yeah, he does that, doesn't he?
oh yeah. We all gotta stand by here so that we don't get wiped out by here.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't stand there, or you get hit really hard. But I mean, kind of for like healers and tanks, we sort of have a lot more to think about.
Yeah.
The DPS kind of get away with it. But it's like if we screw up and wipe, then it doesn't sit very well.
Yeah. Because no one else, you can't win, can you? If your tanks or your healers can't.
Oh no, I've seen fights where I've gone down and the tank and the DPS have finished it.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen a few times, especially in
What was that dungeon that we run before, Mark? And like we all died, and that was it. The healer, the healer killed, like ended up like killing the boss and stuff.
Oh, were you there that day we wiped and the damage over times killed him?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh.
The entire party wiped, but there were enough DOT on the boss to finish the fight, so we actually cleared the dungeon without actually any of us standing.
Right.
I've got that on. It's on my YouTube channel. Is that fight?
That's right. Yeah, I remember you linking it to me before.
It's like that is not supposed to happen.
Does that still count then?
It counted for us.
Yeah.
I think.
But you die obviously, and then you got to start at, when you go back to the start point, and then you go to the shortcut, and then the chest.
I think if I remember right, the boss died as one of the players' death animations was still playing, so technically it was still an active fight.
Yeah.
So it was literally fractions of a second.
If you've been dead 4 or 5 seconds, then yeah, it's different. But yeah.
But it was we didn't finish the fight. The damage over times did.
Yeah.
Which was
and then there was that other dungeon that we were in. I remember you posting this to me as well. We'd all died. I can't remember who was left. I can't remember whether it was a DPS or a healer. And the healer carried on the fight. The person that was left carried on the fight and managed to.
Might have beat tanks. Generally, I'm the healer, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it was a tank. I think it might have been like a DPS or something.
Might have been one of the other DPS. I've seen all sorts of strange things that shouldn't happen. But...
So really, when you all died and the boss died with the DOTs, do you technically count that, or do you just go, well, no, we died really and got lucky?
No, I count it.
Yeah,
I count it.
If it says dungeon complete, then I finished it.
Yeah.
Shit. I got my lore at the end of the day. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, this is actually my first ever podcast recording, so
Well, this is my second. I did one 2 weeks ago.
Mark linked me that. I quite enjoyed listening to that one as well.
Yeah.
This is second.
I put so many, like, Mark gave me all the questions that would possibly be coming up and stuff, and I was like, oh crap, I'm going to have to write them all down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that myself. But then I've got a notepad full of it, so you know it's alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've done favourite dungeon. Favourite piece of content, Phil? We've already covered ours.
Palace of the Dead, I think. Palace of the Dead. Yeah, just because it's great for, leveling up your alts and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a godsend as that since that's arrival. Trying to level alternate classes before that was a nightmare.
Though, I haven't gone past... Is it 100? Because there's more than 100 now, isn't it?
Yeah, you can go 100 to 200, but it's a straight shot.
Is it?
It's a single run.
So if you die, like, halfway through that, you'll go straight back to 100 again?
100, yep.
Yeah, back to 100. So you better, so if you're going to go for it, you better finish it.
You need full combination for that. You need tank, healer, 2 DPS. You cannot do it any other way.
No.
Alright, I don't see a viable way of doing it any other way. Although, it's been soloed.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I think so. I'd have to check.
Better than I'll ever be. Imagine that.
Yeah, well, there's a whole section of the bloody player base that's better than we'll ever be.
Now that is badass, isn't
It's
it?
not hard for me. It's not hard when it comes to me, though,
I think I've got to about 30 on my own.
I think you deserve a special badge if you solo it, to be honest.
Yeah. Hey, imagine the XP from doing that solo.
Yeah. Soloed as a ninja. I'm not bloody surprised, to be honest.
Solo's a ninja?
Yeah. It's pretty much the highest, or it was the highest raw DPS output at one point.
Yeah. Before Black Mage.
Well, no, it's even... Believe it or not, Ninja's DPS output is actually still higher than Black Mage. The only reason Black Mage looks good is because they hit bloody hard. And they can hit
Yeah.
But you factor in cast times, things like that. Ninja don't have half. Ninja didn't have half of that.
You don't have cast times as Ninja, would you? So
No, it's all.
So overall,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm enjoying leveling my red mage at the moment.
Yeah, I like the red mage. They hit bloody hard now and all.
They hit hard, yeah, but it's not much of a rotation.
It probably is, but
Well, not yet for me, because I'm only like level, I don't know, 50, 55, 56.
I bet when you get all the special moves and you...
Yeah.
if you actually researched it and went right into it, it probably would be quite a long rotation. But to be effective, no, it's not. Not really.
No.
Not for main story content at all. Argument seems to be between Dragoon and Monk at the minute for the top DPS.
I'm still kind of scared to like even try tank at the moment.
I'm a terrible tank, so don't ever take me as a tank. I might just make it through Sastasha if you're lucky.
There's probably always someone worse than you as well, so that's one of the good things, no matter how bad you are.
Yeah, someone that's never played Final Fantasy XIV, maybe.
Yeah.
That's why I pretty much leveled a paladin on basically on guild levies.
Yeah.
I pretty much do the daily guild levy roulette with tank, and that's about it. I only want level 60 on a tank because then I can get my bloody mentor stars.
Yeah.
What, do you get like for getting everything to 60 or something, do you get like an achievement?
Yes.
What, like your DPS, your healer and your tank?
Yeah, there's achievements for getting them all at 50, there's achievements for getting them all at 60, there's achievements for getting them all to 70.
Right, does that mean all classes or just one of each?
Well, for the mentor role, you need 1 DPS at 60, 1 healer at 60, 1 tank at 60.
Oh, right, okay.
And all mentor is, it basically gives you another roulette
Right.
But
I didn't know this.
that roulette has every piece of content in the game and can throw you into literally anything.
Oh, wow.
Proper random job.
Oh yeah, like high-end random. And it's also likely to throw you into noob-heavy content as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to be prepared for it.
Mm.
I like the Alliance Raid roulette. That is a beautiful give back. It's 100 Poetics, 100 Verity, 50 Creation. Thank you very much.
I haven't done the player versus player
PvP.
for a while. Yeah, I haven't done that one for a while. But first time I
Alliance
did it,
Raid's
I
better
really,
return.
really enjoyed it.
Alliance Raid's a better return.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's 100 Poetic, 100 Verity, 50 Creation, so...
Oh, Christ.
Exactly. Mind you, not that you got any use for Poetic at this point.
No.
Probably will have one's 4.15 drops, because that's when I expect new weapons to turn up.
It's for weapon drops, yeah. At least you could buy things, couldn't you, with all your Poetics,
Yeah,
probably.
pretty much. I've been pretty much buying music sheets, whacking them on market.
Yeah.
You're obsessed with getting your music sheets, mind you?
I still am. I'm just being careful. I could finish it, but I'd wipe out the 14 million I've got.
Wow. 14 million.
14 million.
And that 14 million
That looks like a dream to me. That is.
won't be when those new housing areas drop. If I can get a medium house, it's gone. If I can hit 24 mil by 4.2, I'd be well happy. I can get a mansion.
Yeah.
Just me still stuck in the bloody dorms, and everyone else has got a bloody house.
Well, just time it right. Save about 8 mil between now and 4.2, and I can tell you exactly where a plot's going to open up. Mine will.
This guy. Save 8 mil. I've been playing for 2 years. The most amount I've had is like 5 mil.
Apparently, when 4.1 hit, though, there's people, they've been hoarding houses. They've got 4 and 5 bloody houses. That needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed quickly.
You should only be able to have one house, really, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
one house per... Well, it needs to either be one house per server or one house per character.
Yeah.
But then you've still got the risk of people who just spam 8 characters onto the server and buy 8 houses.
Yeah.
So...
And then you just play with each character, you just alternate between each character, wouldn't you?
Assuming you're fast enough to log in, log out. So, the housing system needs to be addressed really quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's a little unfair at the minute.
Well, like you said, you was waiting to buy a house in the new place, wasn't you? In the new area.
And I were on within 5-6 minutes at servers going back up, and everywhere had gone.
Yeah.
Madness.
Which should never happen.
Well, they released a whole new housing area. I think it works out. It's somewhere like close to 300-400 new housing plots.
Yeah.
And they were all gone within 2 or 3 minutes.
So it's not like you were 90 minutes late or something, you know.
Nope. It's not like my internet connection is shoddy anymore.
Yeah.
That's all right. I've carried on for most of it, isn't it?
I know about being carried.
All right, so off we go.
I've had earlier on in when I first started and stuff, I didn't know like you had to buy like better gear with your lore and stuff, and I'd have like people leaving dungeons because my gear was that crap.
Let's
not run with this guy shit.
He doesn't know what he's doing, yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me in Vault when I first started as healer. And I were in full 60 gear, but I were in the healer class gear. And they were like, you're under geared. I'm like, what? I'm way over the required level. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. I hated Vault as a healer when I first started. Oh my god, that place was a nightmare to heal. Until I got into the tome gear.
I tell you what though, right, the Final Fantasy community is a hell of a lot better than any other online game I've played.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
I mean, I played that free-to-play one that was in Neverwinter.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that for a bit, and then people were getting smarky and, oh, yeah, I buy my gear, so I'm better than you and stuff. And then there was, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
That was fun for a bit. That's how me and Mark met, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And,
yeah, we had that guild,
and
and
then everyone just started, all that bloody guild, that guild was madness. What the hell happened there, I don't know.
Oh, I've no idea. I just know it imploded in spectacular fashion.
It imploded big time, didn't it?
And then me and Phil were like, yeah, sorry, we're off to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, well, after you helped me get back into it, because I'd been locked out for like a year or so.
Yep, I remember. Yeah, contact Square, they'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
We got you up and running, you've been with me ever since.
Yeah.
Didn't buy a piece of gear for like his first 55 levels because I crafted everything for him. High quality, of course.
Oh.
Did you want to? It's all good, man. It's all good.
Oh, I see. You're good.
Stupid money on different colours so that I could just make it like look cool, and then like 2 seconds later I got new gear anyway. It's like shit. What's the point?
Oh, that's the beauty of that game. I mean,
terrible for per material on like low level gear.
Yeah.
I'm a sod for it, and it just doesn't work. But by the time that
I was so happy playing through Stormblood and like level 56 before I finally had to replace anything. It was like, wow, am I glad I ground for fucking months. and months. And months. And months. And I stupidly did the anima quest twice. Talk about glutton for punishment.
Mug.
Yeah, once is enough.
I nearly finished my second one before Ash finished his first.
Yeah.
I think that was my least favourite content, really.
Anima
it was
grind.
Anima. I mean, it was nice to finish it, but as soon as I finished it, I was like, nah, fuck that, I ain't doing it again.
Yeah, you see, for me, it's like, I understand that, but I did the anima twice, but I also did the original relic quest, which was another 2-year weapon grind.
Yeah, I didn't, because I was so new to it then, like, I didn't have a bloody clue what was going on with all that business, so I just...
a completely separate quest chain.
I think I just sold my relic weapon at one point, or just sold it to like like a vendor. I was like, it's just I don't know what it's for. So
I finished the relic quest in the end because originally I started the anima as bard because I was still DPS when Evan's Ward first come out.
Yeah.
And then obviously when I switched to healer main, I thought, well, sinking all this time into my bard animas kind of counterproductive to learning to bloody heal. So I started the anima quest again. And then I thought, well, there's no way in hell am I doing that frigging fate grind with that crappy-ass crystal drop a second time.
Oh, that was dreadful. Those crystals with the fates and stuff.
When I can go, finish my relic in half the time, destroy that, and jumpstart it. So that's what I did.
I mean, I had nowhere near the grind that you did, obviously, for the anima.
Oh, not even close. I did everything pre-nerf.
Yeah.
And yes, I am going to keep using that. I did the entire anima quest originally pre-nerfs.
Yeah,
boy, am I glad they nerfed it after Stormblood and it's a constant light window now.
Oh, is it?
Constant robust, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
With a bonus, whatever it is that's above. Now and again, so...
I think that I know it's not a dungeon and stuff, but I think A9 was probably...
Do you want the real kicker, though?
What?
It's what, about 110 runs of Alexander 1 Savage?
Yeah.
Roughly?
125 for me.
Yeah, so average about 120. Do you know how many it is doing A12?
Go on.
About 20.
Jesus, never.
Oh.
Yep. It's about 20 runs.
God.
Because the highest yield light of any dungeon in the game was always A12S.
Yeah. So if you can somehow get through that consistently.
Yep. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'd be
Was it
surprised.
A9?
I'd be
Was it
surprised.
A9 you could run with?
A9 as well, which is apparently
Right.
now as easy as A1.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, because A9, I was sick of doing. I think I did like, it must have been close to 100 runs that I did. Luckily, we got the robust for
Yeah,
most
I did
of it. But
111 the first time, 81 the second, so almost 200 runs combined.
Yeah. 81's good going.
Well,
that is,
because I finished after Stormblood came out, didn't I? So it kicked the light window in.
Oh, yeah.
So it lowered the amount of time. Alright, so that's least favourite content covered. We've already done ours. So, least favourite dungeon. This is easy for me. I friggin' despise, hate, avoid, actively leave Cutter's Cry. I hate
oh, yes, definitely.
absolutely hate that place.
Yeah. 100%. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. And everyone seems to leave it as soon as you get into that, especially on the roulette. They're like, nah, sod this. Nah, I can't be asked.
Yeah.
I hate
We'll
it.
just queue again.
Absolutely hate Cutter's Cry.
I'll just wait another 25 minutes for the next roulette to see if it's a different run.
Yeah, it's catch 22 with that though. It's leave and get penalised, or stick around and hope someone else leaves so you can leave and not feel like a sod.
Yeah. So then you have to leave because someone else has left.
Well, yeah, I mean, why would you not? I hate that place. I'm not doing it by choice.
I can't remember the name of the dungeon now, but you get into the armor.
Oh, yeah.
You know, right?
Praetorium.
Yeah, I hate that place.
For about 2 months running that place, I didn't know that you had to go pick up the key first to get into the armor.
So
like a pleb, I was just running around. I was just running around until I died, and then I was able to get a shortcut to where the guys were.
You still don't like that place, do you, Ash?
No, I can get through it, but not properly consistently. But it's not the place; it's just the way it's played.
Yeah,
It's
it's
weird
through now. Because you
It's
just
a
literally
weird one.
bypass everything.
Yeah.
We've done that too, man. Anyway, we did
Who's
that.
that? You and
Yeah.
Me and Ash, we did it on our own.
Yeah, I think we did.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, I think we did.
No, I know we did. Because even in that, you were still whining at me to wait for you. Play sod off. I'm practically one hitting everything, and I've got cast times. Catch up.
My least favourite place in terms of its design, though, not just how it's played. The actual dungeon I really don't like is 1,000 Miles of Toto Rack. I always get lost, and there's just offshoots and side entrances and exits everywhere, and I'm forever getting
Which one's
lost.
that?
Quite early on.
One of the early ones. The bosses are basically Ochus.
Oh yeah,
And you have
I
to
know.
collect the
The
light.
bosses are quite
You have to
easy.
collect the little light slivery things, the little green orbs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. You can do that in the
Look.
squad. You can do that.
I
You can do that in the squadron crest now, can you? As well. Like,
Yes, you can. I haven't done them yet.
What? Haven't you? I really enjoy doing those.
Oh, look, it's 1,000 Miles of Toto, right? Target tank, /follow. Right, I'm off to do something else. He also take care of the rest of it. I don't have to cast a heal ever in that place. Cooking and podcasting ain't that modern living.
Yeah.
Alright, so, you sticking with Cutter's Cry as your least favourite dungeon, Phil? Oh, you got another
Yes,
one in mind?
yeah, definitely. Cut is just a bitch.
It does my head in. I just...
Rest of my ex.
I don't know what it is, I just don't like that place. Alright, so... This one's more relative to me and you, Phil, because, well, the other one don't stick around long enough. So what do you like to do while you're waiting for new content? What do you
Right.
focus on?
I tend to check my retainers and see if I could buy any gear for for any of my other classes, and just troll emote players.
You're one of those.
I'm a shit for this songbird in people's faces and stuff like that.
Oh god, yeah, I forget we have that one now. I bet that bard ability to play music's gonna be fun. Me, it's sort of focus on leveling other classes up. I want to get as many as I can to 70 before 5.0 hits in a couple of years, which we already know they're working on because Yoshi admitted it.
Yeah.
So 5.0 is already underway.
Yeah.
Which I don't think was ever in question anyway, not with the success of 14 so far.
Right, that question, is that while you're waiting for dungeons to pop, or just while you're waiting,
No, in between patches, basically.
Oh, right, oh, Christ, I tend to run
I didn't think of the other one, actually, ironically enough.
I tend to run Palace of the Dead, or, just...
Level class and gear like me, then.
Yeah, just level all classes. I tell you what that I need to do real bad is crafters. And,
Crafting's expensive, man. And being a good crafter requires a good significant portion of time working out. Because you basically have to level every crafting class to 30 to have access to all the decent skills to be able to even attempt to craft at high quality.
Yeah, and some of the
I can craft, but
some of the cross classes are really good though.
Some of them are really good money makers.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I want to do it, but I just haven't got the patience to do it.
I know people that can claim 1 or 2 million a day.
What?
Yep. You just buy crafting to craft 40 items, whack them across 2 retainers, easy cash day after.
Nice. I think I might have to get my ass onto that then.
Because there's always someone going to buy something.
It is always going to sell.
Yeah.
Always. But if you don't want to do crafting but still want to make easy money, then gatherer classes work just as well.
Yeah.
Gatherers, yeah. I mean, those are the ones that I need to level up. Well, I suppose you need to level your gatherers to
keep your crafting costs down.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to gather the materials, not really time effective, and the reason gatherer makes so much money is because crafters by nature are lazy. If they can buy materials on the market and stay in front of the market board, they're going to make the money back anyway.
Like I would as well. I mean, I just go right. Okay, I need to fill all my my.
I need this. Grab it.
This and this. Buy it. Yeah.
Whereas it can be, otherwise it's, I need this, which that class gets, I need this, which that class gets, I need this, which that class gets, and then it's, well, that's in that area, okay, I'm going up my keyboard.
Yeah. And I need to buy more retainers as well, because I've got 3, that's all four of my retainers are full.
You just need to clear out, man. I'll tell you what to do.
I've cleared out. I have cleared out loads of times. It's just I've got all this gear that I can't sell. It's one of those ones.
If you've got what I do, my rules are: if it's colour gear, I trade it in at the Grand Company.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of doing that.
If it's gear that I've used, so it's got percentage spirit bond. If it's 100%, I convert it into materia, sell that off. If it's
how do you do that? I never got a spirit bond side of things.
If you look on your, the stats for the gear.
Yeah.
It has one called Spirit Bond. If that's at 100%.
100%, yeah.
You hit square and it converts it out. You convert it into materia.
But you got to be a certain level.
Nope.
You got to be a certain level of crafter, haven't you?
Nope.
Oh right.
As long as you've unlocked that ability with Mutterminx.
Right. All right.
Oh yeah, it's Mutterminx. You've got to.
Yep.
Right, where is he again now? That's really early on, isn't it?
Central Than.
There he is. Yeah.
So yeah, you can trade all your coloured gear in, obviously for seals.
Yeah, because I run dungeons, and then when I go to get my squad up to levels and stuff, I always check with the squadron leader first just to get my seals up. Because I don't do any of the clan hunts or anything like that. I should really. I tell you what I haven't done either is the tribe quests. You know the tribe.
Oh, the Beast Tribe ones.
Yeah. I've not done any of that yet.
Oh, I did loads of them for the ones in Sea of Clouds and where Tailfeather is.
Oh yeah.
This is called now. There's Beast Tribes there that are like level 60 and they give you a load of experience. I've been using those to doing those so that I didn't get level locked, getting my bard up.
Yeah.
So they are, they are useful for, they're like 600,000 XP for like 20 minutes, half an hour's work.
What was that thing that I can't remember? They brought it in a few patches ago. You'd go in, it was kind of like a fate. You'd go in as a group. You could do it as a gatherer, and you could do it as, and you'd have to fly around the world, beat, obviously, do the objectives. And then at the end of it, you'd end up getting like some cool gear and really high level gear. You'd have to go on an airship to do it, or go. I know it was Heaven's Ward that they brought it. It was one of the Heaven's Ward areas that you had to go to do it. I know Mark will know instantly now. You had to buy certain things to go onto the ships and use it.
Yeah. Diadem.
There we go.
Oh no, I've not actually been. I don't think I've ever been
there either. Even after they
No. That's the new one, isn't it? I'm on about the one that they released a couple of.
It actually came in.
It's been there a while as Diadem.
Yeah, I think it.
It is actually that one. Yeah, it is.
Came in around 3.1 originally, I think, but
that was how I level capped my mage.
And then they had to they took it offline. And had to revamp it, and then they brought it back just before Stormblood dropped.
Yeah. Well, it was a couple of patches before Stormblood, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was with a revamped version, but it has actually been in quite a while. But it's one of them. It came out. It was somewhat different. Everybody.
It was
did
fun to do.
I've never done it. Never did it originally. Never did it after it come back. Probably should.
You got some good gear from that place, fair play.
You can do it as an FC as well. It was supposed to promote FCs doing content together.
Yeah.
That was the reason that FC spent so long buying and building the airships and stuff.
Yeah, I never got. Well, I mean, what do you do with the airships?
Well, ours are used for gathering for our gatherers that then fund our FC, which is why we have the stuff in the FC chest that we have.
Been there since day one, and they won't even trust you anymore.
No, I haven't actually, but I originally started on Phoenix server, but the FC we are in is part of FinalFantasyForums.net, and I've known those guys for a while, and they wanted me to come play with them, so I jumped to Lamia, completely restarted the game, and I've been there ever since. Well, plus my Phoenix FC imploded in a grand scale way, so...
You joined me into that FC as soon as I got on the server and high enough for level to get into it, really, didn't you? So.
No, I kept the XP boost active for you as well.
You have, I've noticed that. So how long have you been playing then, Ash?
I was thinking that today. I think like 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's about the same for me, really. Well, I first downloaded the game. Here we go. I first downloaded the game because I split out with my ex. Downloaded it, got onto the game. I was like, shit, there's too much. Because it was my first online game. There was too much going on for me.
Yeah.
So I left it for a bit, and then I played like Neverwinter, which got me into the online community and stuff. And then they started getting a bit arsey and stuff. You always got those dicks, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then I went on. And then I went on to like Elder Scrolls Online, and then that started again full of dicks. And so I went to Final Fantasy then. Like.
Yeah. I've had anywhere from 6 months to a year off combined, but not all in one go. I usually come back. I think I'll be back at Christmas or possibly just after, just to do a couple of patches, and I'm hoping to finish off Palace of the Dead. Get to 400, and then
you've not got to 100 yet, have you?
No, I'm 90. Did that last time I was on the game, so I can get to 100, and then I consider that done because I've seen what's on floor 200.
I've not even tried from 100 on yet.
Yeah, I I've no intention of going to floor 200, so I watched a video on what was floor 200 just to see what the reward was, and it's not worth it for me.
No,
I won't spoil it, but no, it's gonna take ages to get there. So once I get to 100, then as far as I'm concerned, it's finished with. It's all the content's done.
Yeah.
You know, the main boss is beaten.
What do you think of the new? Is it the new kind? From the Stormblood. What do you think of the new? I class them as Alexander. The new raids. There's only 4 so far.
Yeah. What do they got? What are they called? Oh, the second one's a nightmare. The one with that gravity boss where you've got to hit your gravity bubble. I think it is.
Oh yeah, and you're always like floating above the ground and stuff.
You're up and down, and then you've got to be timing it properly, and it's a nightmare. I'm hoping I'll never do that again.
Yeah, but
I only
you need to do it just to get that. Is it 330 gear?
No, I just did it to get to number 3.
Yeah.
So I could get to number 4, and then I could call them finished.
Yeah, because you've done it. With Alexander, with me, I run through with Mark and stuff, and like I'd had them open for ages, and Mark was like, "You've never run half of these, have you?" Because all the cutscenes were coming up and stuff. I was like, "Well, I guess I haven't." Like,
yeah.
Still haven't done Coil though, or not all of it anyway.
Me?
No, I've not done all of it either.
I don't. Half the content, I don't even know if I've done it or not.
Well, we've soloed T1, Phil.
Yes, we have. Yeah. That was fun.
Was it me, you, and Ash that did Twin?
I think so.
Yeah,
that's right. We needed another person, didn't we?
T5.
Because I always wanted to do Twin Tanya again, because for the first time through, I died after like 10 seconds, and then I still got the trophy, and I got proper carried.
There's a huge part of me that hates people that clear T5 now, because it took me 2 months to drop that.
Yeah.
2 months. Because when it was relevant back in A Realm Reborn, that was a pain in the ass. And it just got worse from there. I finished Coil, and I did it before, oh God, what's her name? Bloody Alphino's sister, Ivalice.
Yeah.
I did it just before they brought her back in 3.4, 3.5, whenever she showed back up.
Yeah.
And then by the end of Stormblood, she's kick-ass. She's her and Lise are basically leads for Stormblood.
Yeah, furthermore, they get your most dialogue and quests off them, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, Daff.
Well, Lise was always going to be leader anyway. That's why they brought her in where they did at the end of Evan's Ward. But there's also that she's from Alamigo anyway.
Yeah.
And it was always either going to be her or Roban, so...
Well, I'd spoil it if I said about the end of the new packs and stuff. Yeah.
We know where it goes now.
Yeah.
The one thing that has definitely got better in Final Fantasy XIV is the voice acting.
Yes. Needs more of it though.
Yeah, it does.
Because we were spoiled in Elder Scrolls Online. Like every bloody quest had voice acting and stuff.
Careful, we've got a Bethesda hater in with us, so.
Oh dear.
I wouldn't go that far. It's just.
I would.
Huh?
Tore bloody Skyrim to bits, you did.
Yeah, well, the combat wasn't great, and to be fair, the voice actors having the same. The NPCs having the same voices was just like, this is not a AAA game, really. Oh, it looked like one, and for a while I quite enjoyed it, and then I was just like, do you know what? It's not half as good as it's made out to be.
No, Elder Scrolls Online's worlds apart from.
But, yeah, that's a different game.
Yeah.
It really is worlds apart in terms of like just the sheer amount of stuff that's in, but it always had to be that anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's like Final Fantasy XIV and other Final Fantasies. They're just totally different, innit?
Yeah, they've got a different feel, haven't they?
Yeah. They play differently.
In a lot of ways, I think 14 is probably one of the standards of the entire series.
It's my favourite.
Mine's always 7, but that's because it was my first.
10. I think 10 would be mine.
Right, anyway, so we need to divert back. So, we know what you do while you're waiting for new content. We know what you do while you're waiting for duties, so Ash, that would be yours. What do you do while you're waiting for duties?
In my last time I was doing anima, grinding anima and Aether Currents as well.
Ether currents. God, we don't realise how spoilt we are with flight until you got to run everywhere.
No, oh my God, yeah. And do you guys do the sightseeing logs?
I do the ones I pass over. I don't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do, right? But there's one in the Stormblood, right? That's on top of a bloody lamppost that you can't get up on.
There'll be a way to it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fly in that area. And it's like, well, how the shit am I supposed to get up there to do that?
Yeah.
There's one in Gridania as well that's the same. It's, the waterfall with him that you talk to get certain achievements.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's one on a lamppost there, and you have to sort of run round and then climb up the scenery to get to it.
Yeah.
The Realm Reborn ones are a nightmare though, because they require certain weather conditions, certain times of day. They are a pain in the backside. I'm glad they dropped that for Heaven's Ward and Stormblood.
Because that means you can have like 1 or 2 goes a day, doesn't it, when you've got to wait?
Well, no, you can have multiple times, but you've got to be able to predict what weather windows are when. I mean, a full day cycle, I think it's only like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
A full day cycle, well, no, it's probably longer, but it's not. Probably closer to 25 minutes to half hour for a full day in Eorzea.
Yeah.
But it's like, with the gatherers, there's certain nodes that only appear at certain times.
Yeah.
So...
But you proper gatherers will know all that, won't they? So.
Well, you learn it.
Yeah.
And that's where you gather from, because those are the ones that sell.
Yeah. Because they're exclusive, and other people can't get them. Can't get that gear.
Crafters are lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. As we established earlier.
For me, I pretty much just stand outside my house.
Yeah.
That does tend to be
I
me
sit on
as
that
well.
bridge outside my house.
Just stand wherever you like, close to where you buy your gear or whatever.
Yeah.
Or wherever you log in, just go into your roulettes, just stand there and just sod it, just walk around,
I either stand on that bridge, sit on that bridge outside my house, or if I need to repair, I'll whip into the house, because I have Mender in there now as well.
Yeah.
And I'll go lay on my bed while I wait for duty to pop.
I haven't been to your house for a while now. I haven't seen what it looks like in there.
Pretty much the same as when you were in there last time, except I've got more posters.
Well, the first time I went in there was bloody boxes everywhere and trying to jump over shit.
Oh, no, it's changed.
That was the first day that you got in there, that was so.
Yeah. I did quite well, because I have quite a lot of stuff in there and I've barely paid for any of it. I had a lot of it given by people from server though, so I can't really complain.
Yeah.
I got a Palace of the Dead floor the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, I've not used it yet. You know those posters that you posted? You've. Where the bloody hell do you get those from?
Those were seasonal event rewards.
Yeah, but how do you get them?
You have to talk to the event vendor.
See? Me, I just do the event, and when I pass the quest, I'm like, eh.
One of them's from the Baby Metal event.
Yeah.
Which it really is a really big rip of Baby Metal. And if people haven't listened by this point, they really should go and check them out.
They should.
One's from the Halloween event that we've just had. And then one's from one of the other seasonal events that we've... I think it was the anniversary event, maybe?
Yeah.
That we've not long since had.
That Halloween poster was a really nice poster, fair play.
Yeah. And obviously we'll be due the Christmas one before long as well, so... That's the last one at year.
Have you seen that vendor, the seasonal vendor is there a vendor, or do you just do you have to buy all this posters that you can't get anymore, like you did?
Usually the posters are dropped from the quests.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever got a poster from a quest.
You'll at least have had the. I think you get a picture of somebody that turns into a poster. You get the banner from the bloody Prince of Doma.
I've not actually got.
They've stopped dropping the music sheets in the seasonal events though now, crafty bastards.
Well, do you have to buy those, do you?
You have to buy them now. Thank God I got them all first time around. So, how long you been playing, Phil?
Me and Ash were on about this just now. About 2.5 years, I think, really. I mean, I bought the game a while before I played it.
Yeah.
You know, I downloaded it, got onto it, and was like, shit, this is too much for me, because I've never played an online game before.
Yeah.
So I left it for a bit, and that's how I forgot my password and all that business. But
I remember that feeling going in. I've played MMOs before. Oh crap, I'm out of my depth. Way out of my depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess
there's
what?
There's too many people here. Like I can see like everyone's.
This
everyone's
does not
name
play
of
like
the
Neverwinter
characters.
in the slightest. This doesn't even play close to Neverwinter, quite honestly.
Yeah.
How did you cope? How did you do with the skill revamp? How did it affect you specifically as Black Mage?
It didn't really change the rotation that much, to tell you the truth.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I just lost a couple of steps because they combined like things like Ruin 1 and 2, where Ruin 2 now overlaps 1. So instead of me having to cast like Bio, Miasma, Miasma 2, Bio 2, it's just Bio, Miasma, and then into my normal rotation. So it actually shortened mine down.
They changed Thunder to, was it Thunder 2 or Thunder 3? They changed it to an AoE.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing now.
Is it not damage over time now then?
It is a dot now, but it's more for like groups now.
Oh, cool.
You know, like mobs and stuff.
Cast it once, stick it on a dozen.
Yeah, kind of thing. But obviously, it lowers with every, you know.
Yeah.
Like 10%, well, 10%, 20%. It does that kind of thing, but. I always cast. That's one of the.
One thing you always forget to do. It's hardly ever I see you cast bloody ley lines.
I never ever do it. Always forget that it's there. And what is it? Transpose? I always forget to cast that as well. I mean,
well, you only really need transpose when you're low level because you have the advantage when you're casting. Is it Fire 3 and Blizzard 3? They basically cancel each other out anyways.
Yeah.
So it's Fire 3 until your MP's depleted, switch to Blizzard to regen your MP and then back to Fire, so...
Back to Fire, yeah.
Transpose is only really there when you're in Fire 1, Blizzard 1.
Yeah. Whoever uses Fire 1, Blizzard 1 anymore. It's straight to 3, isn't it, you know?
Yeah, it just cocks you up when you get synced to a low-level dungeon where you don't have them, and it's like, oh crap, I keep using transpose.
You're still pressing the bloody like Fire 3 button. It's like, no, there. Ah!
Yep.
And then you're like, oh, not got that skill, not got that skill. Oh, not got that skill. Thought I had that skill.
Yep.
Fire 1, Fire 1, Fire 1.
I always had that worry going. Skull. I was like, oh crap, I'm going to get synced to a low dungeon. And I'm going to lose all my healer skills because it's all level 30 and above. They're going to shoot me to a crappy DPS. Thankfully we get...
Most of the times now, I'm like, shit, my macro's going to work.
Yeah. I love my macro.
I do like macros. I know they take a little bit to
I love my res macro. It annoys the crap out of people, but I don't care. Have you seen it, Phil? The Hyperion one. Hyperion Corporation would like to remind you.
Oh yeah. You're an annoying
fun
shit
and not
for
worth
that.
visiting.
You're an annoying shit for that. The first couple of times, it's like, is he trying to advertise something?
No, he's just quoting. I used to have one for Eos as well that were a Pokemon rip. I had I Choose You Eos as my macro.
Yeah, you did.
Calling Eos.
I had I usually, if I'm in a dungeon with you and you res someone, I see a big wall of text and I'm like, oh, something's being said, something's useful, they're talking, what are they talking about? And it's just your macro.
That's macro, fair enough.
And then I'm like, oh, doesn't matter. I thought I might be discussing, mechanics or, strategy or...
I don't do that anymore.
Pulling mobs and stuff, but no, it's just resin. But I always look, because I
love that macro, it's awesome. I love it when I get those 8-mans and walk away with 7 commendations just because of my res macro. It's like, fair enough, works for me. So what brought you to Final Fantasy XIV, Phil?
I just like the whole, I don't know, I like the whole fantasy side of it. I've always been a massive fantasy player. My favorite type of film is like fantasy and stuff, So when I downloaded it and I started it, I was like, I started as a Lolifet. I mean, why
would you want to be a potato?
Yeah, they couldn't see me and stuff like.
See, I had no issues with Lalafels right up until Lolorito fucking betrays you. Then it's like, nope, I'm gonna kick everyone I friggin' find. Oh, it's not Lolorito. It's oh crap, what's his name? It's a potato that betrays you anyway.
Yeah, the one who they just brought back in the new patch.
No, it's the one Roban kills.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
and then that friggin' smarmy Yorkshire bloke cuts his hand off.
Yeah, I played a lot of that for a while, and then I was like, shit, I can barely be seen and stuff. Let's use that bottle of Fantasia I got.
What's his name?
Google. Google is our friend.
Yeah, we have to Google again.
I know an easy way of doing it. Just go through FF14 chain because it's patch 2.55.
Yeah.
When you have to escape from Uldar.
I was saying to Ash earlier, my girlfriend's been watching me play on Final Fantasy and stuff, and now she wants to bloody go at it. So she's gonna monopolize my time on the game. But it'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch the quests again. And
yeah. Well, that's why sometimes I get bored and then I start from scratch.
So now he's a mentor. Just not in the game type of way.
It's a pity you can't start her on Lamia because you've got the one where you can only have one on each, haven't you?
Oh yeah. I think my subs are pretty. I haven't been on for like 2 weeks.
Oh, what do they call it? Yeah,
it's
one character.
Basic. One.
Yeah, the one character sub.
And then they have to go bloody rescue friggin' Roban from Halatali in that bloody poisoned area. That is a pain in the backside.
Oh. Is that the one where you gotta keep picking up the fruits and stuff?
Telegia, that's a little twit you kill.
Oh,
no, that
it's right at the end of 2.5.
You mean in the dungeon Phil with the fruit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but what dungeon's that now?
No, that is Aurum.
Aurum Vale, yeah.
That one as well.
Horrible Aurum Vale, yeah.
Yeah, Aurum Vale is.
I don't know one likes Aurum Vale.
Me and Lynette from Final Fantasy Forums, we actually did that together. 2-person.
Yeah.
Two bards, and we just bounced our way through.
Well, we did that as well, didn't we, me and you, Mark?
No, I don't think we ever got that far.
Or did we try and get to the last boss?
We still need to go through as many as we can.
Yeah.
Start from Sestasha and just see how many we can get through.
Yeah.
Should be a lot more now. We had issues with friggin' Sestasha hard and that stupid Scorpion.
Oh, duh, that Scorpion.
Bloody white mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where you got to really... No, that's the worm, innit? Where you got to stand on the sides and stuff?
Yeah, that's Cutters, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
That's
it might
one
be.
at Cutters Bosses.
Yeah.
Second one, maybe.
I'm sure that's last. Might even be the last one.
Yeah, it might be.
Because normally you stand on the outside, and then last time I did it, we stood on the inside, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Because you get so used to standing on the outside.
That were like me with T5 and dive bombs, and people are stood in middle arena. I'm like, what? We don't hide in the holes anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you do? Like, what are you doing?
Now we just stand there and let him hit us. Oh, okay. That's new.
That sounds perfect logic.
And you're like,
Can you do it now, though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you're in full 30 gear, 330 gear, believe it or not now, if for extreme, if you don't get the nails, the wipe mechanic that should wipe the party, if I can get Sacred Ground down and be full health, I can survive the friggin' wipe mechanic.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy.
It's like, that is not supposed to happen.
You full 330 now then?
I've got chest and legs. Actually, those two are in 340 because I've upgraded them. Because now you run Ivalice, you get the upgrade token for the 330 gear, which upgrades to 340.
So you run Ivalice for what, eight times or so to get a token for each piece of gear?
More in it, about 12 times. No, it is. It's 9, 8, 9 in it. 5 on
8 and 9. Yeah.
5 on left, 4 on right.
Yeah.
4 on right. Yeah. Anyway, it's somewhat like that. Yeah, if you're going to be stupid enough to run Ivalice that many times. I'm doing one a week because that's about as much gear as I can upgrade at this point anyway.
Yeah.
Still need to finish my L4 runs as well. I still need 3 more a week in there.
I think I'm in 310.
Thinking about it now, right? Most of my retainers are filled up with stuff for like upgrades for gear that is way too low. The item level is way too low now.
Yeah,
And
it's worth checking. Convert your 100% and then sell rest off. That's what I'd do. Honestly,
I didn't even know that you could upgrade gear and stuff. Until I got to. This is going to be the honest truth now. Until I got to Stormblood, I didn't know, like, running Alexander and the new version, with a big orb thing and stuff that there's only 4 of them. I didn't know that you can only run them, because you were always saying to me, oh, you get a free piece of gear every week and stuff.
yeah.
I was like, what the shit is he on about? Like, because I'd run it and then I'd get like a cargo or something and I'd be like, what the hell is this for? I didn't even know what you had to do with all that stuff. So
And then you find out you can turn it in to get gear.
Yeah, and I didn't even know about that. Like, so I've got loads of shit like that in my retainer.
The Alexander, like the gears, the springs, all that, just dump it. It's not worth holding on to now.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, just get rid.
I've got like whisker tokens and stuff like that, and I don't even know what the hell they're for.
I've got loads of totems from like Ravana X and Bismarck X, so that I can turn those in for the mounts, or until maybe somewhere around 4.3 I might go on a mount farm like I did for the primals from Around Reborn to get coloured ponies, which I have all of them now. Except the friggin' rarest one that only drops in about, I think it's something like 1 out of 70 fights.
Oh.
And drop rate's still ridiculously low.
I'll have to take a picture of what's in my retainers and send it to you, like I did before, because I don't know what half the gear does after the things that
I've got a whole bunch of coloured gear I need to get rid of, and we can't get bloody rid of it yet. So it can't be turned in. It's doing my nut. A lot of the level 70 coloured gear you still can't trade in.
Yeah.
Until eye level.
The coloured gear, that's the stuff that like is in pink, just in pink or
green, blue.
So.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Pink, green, and blue.
But on my coloured gear that I kept turning in, you can get seals, and I'm hoping the seals you can buy things for the weapon.
We'll be able
I'm
to.
hoping. So I'm keeping them. I'm full. I've got like 50,000 seals, and hopefully I can buy something with them.
50,000. So that means you've done. Oh no, 80's the cap now.
Oh, okay.
But you've got to have done squadrons.
Yeah. All right.
You got to have done Grand Company squadrons and got that level that's only available through that quest.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, though, guys, you should give those squadron missions a go.
I'm definitely going to do. I'm definitely going to.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first things I did on the new patch.
Apparently the AI's still a bit iffy on it.
It is, yeah. Like, the tank is shit. The tank...
Is it synced?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's synced to a certain point. But the tank, especially when you're on a boss...
Even with the level sync, though, you've still got your gear offset, so you should largely still be able to overpower most of it.
The tank will, like, if you're in a boss fight and the ads come in, you'll run off and just grab all the ads, and like the bloody boss will just chomp on you, like.
Here's a secret: the tank's supposed to grab the ads.
Yeah, but he runs off. He doesn't stay. But you know,
he's also supposed to keep his aggro on the boss. But you know, it used to do my nut in. Like when Heaven's Ward first came out, and our DPS outputs as bars become so high, we could just rip aggro from tank like within seconds. And my rotation was that fast anyway. My DPS output was just higher than the tanks anyway, so I'd always pull an aggro away from them.
Yeah.
That's why I like that cross class ability. Is it evasion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one for like keeping your aggro down for a bit.
We had what was ours? Ours was called Summer Arrow. It was a blue icon.
Oh yeah,
Quelling Arrows, I think it was.
Right, yeah, and it's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, they took it away from us. Healer, we get Saint Shroud, which pretty much drops our aggro, which is great because
you aggro bad.
Yeah,
but I can't think what it is. Like half your enmity.
Yeah, we do still have one, but it's crossed in from something else now. I like that we don't have to level a second class now as well to do.
I do like that. I think that's probably the best thing that they've done.
That was definitely one of the better things in the combat overhaul.
Leveling Pugilist and...
God, yeah, don't remind me.
Was it Lancer?
Well, Pugilist was needed for Bard conversion.
Yeah.
And wasn't it something stupid like Marauder for Dragon for some weird unknown reason?
I think it was actually, yeah.
Of course, I'm going to look one day, somebody's going to listen to this and there's just going to be a long post of all the corrections.
Like that.
We welcome them.
That's changed.
We welcome them. Right, anyways, off we go. Right, into the general stuff now. The stuff that me and Ash put at the front of the conversation last time.
Oh, you have your least favourite, what have we got? Worst content.
Least favourite content. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah. Least favourite content piece, Phil. Oh, you've already said anyways, anime bit.
The anime, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind the grind.
I skipped over it.
I don't mind the grind, but they should make it more varied.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. That's why I like some of the stuff, the sillier stuff they put in Stormblood, like the friggin' blow dart game, mini game. At least it's something different.
That. We got to zoom in and.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that bit.
Yeah.
That was quite new, wasn't it? It was like, oh, I've never done this before.
And then we got that whole instant content with smoke bombs. That was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You guys do not know how much I hate you two because you never had the infamous hold up at Roban. Held the entire server back.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Do you not read about that?
No.
When early access first released, like 70% of the player base came back, and the servers couldn't handle it. So when you got to like the instant fight with Roban and Pippin, the servers couldn't handle it. So we wound up queuing. Some people were queuing for 2 and 3 days to get through it.
Shit.
I was quite lucky and managed to get through both pieces within an hour because I was one of the first few on Lamia to get to like Susano and Lakshmi. I still hate those fights. Prefer the Susano one. I think Susano's definitely my favourite primal of the two. And then you get up close and personal with Lakshmi in 4.1.
Alright.
Oh boy, do you. That fun fight is not fun, is it, Phil?
No. No.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
For my, it's not as bad as my worst content would be Nidhogg normal, but pre-nerf. It's not as bad as that, surely.
Oh, I won't know. I won't know. You see, this is where we've got to be careful, because despite the fact at this point anybody listening to this has either done the content or never played the game.
Yeah.
But you in particular haven't done 4.1, so I'm a little wary of giving ahead of what's coming.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it, but then you don't really care about the story anyway, so that kind of nerfs that in the nuts anyway.
No, I want to. That's why I'm waiting for content, and then I can come back for, like, say, a month and get a good value month out of it.
Yeah.
And do like 2 or 3 patches.
Well, basically, the fight goes like this. Some idiot decides, in all the world's wisdom, to summon Lakshmi. Problem is, it's effectively a 2-on-1 fight, and you have a whole shitload of stuff to be watching out for, and then they bring bloody What's-Her-Face back to help you, which I'm kind of hoping's her redemption, because I like that character.
Yeah.
Give me a second, I need to go find the name. Yeah, there's a lot to watch, and it's a really fast fight as well.
Yeah.
And
I tell you another. Sorry, I tell you another one that used to really like get on my nerves was the one where you had to go. You know where that materia guy is in Aldershire? Is it Idleshire?
Yeah.
And you get the weekly quest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hated running that. I think I only ran it like twice, and once was with Mark.
Last piece of the Void Axe saga.
Nah, fuck that.
Last piece of the Void Axe saga for you needed the Ultima plate.
That's the one.
Yeah, I can never remember what that's called.
Oh shit!
It's Void Axe, Wiping City, and
Void Axe.
City of Mark.
How could you not remember City of Mark?
Lost City of Mark, or yeah, it's not. I just can't bloody pronounce it. I wish people would just like list the quests when I'm looking for certain quests, so I can just find NPCs a lot easier.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with this? Are we still waiting for it? The new app that was supposed to be coming out with Stormblood?
I don't know what happened to it, but then there was so many rumours. Around that anyways, as to what was going to be available. It was basically we're supposed to be able to manage like inventory and market stuff outside the game.
Yeah.
But then there was rumours it was going to lock behind a paywall, separate to the game, and
yeah, there was that, wasn't there? I heard that as well. But it's just been nixed at the moment. You've not heard anything about it, like.
It's probably they still haven't got it up and running yet.
I'm always checking the Play Store just to see if it's there.
When it's on, you won't be able to miss it, trust me, because it'll be in a big banner in the middle of the bloody game.
I probably get like things on Facebook telling me about it all the time. And
I can't remember a bloody name, which is going to do my nutting.
I am the worst for remembering names.
Oh, you remember?
It's only specific ones that do my nut.
You remember it at like
4 o'clock in the morning.
Tomorrow morning, yeah. Oh, okay, now I remember.
It's her that leads the wolves in Stormblood.
Is it?
And she becomes a bloody pain in the ass through the whole game.
Do you know what? I still haven't done my level 50 Black Mage quest.
Have you still not done it?
No. I feel like, fuck it. I don't really need that power that much. So I'll just power up my other ones. Is it Foul or something like that for the Black Mage?
Yeah.
I think it's Foul. I tell you another one that I never ever use is Flare, because Flare takes all your MP and stuff, but it is devastating. It is a devastating move, but it just takes all your MP, and then obviously you use.
That's a fucking.
Compose.
Told you I'd find it. Yeah, I mean I don't actually remember. I mean, for me, Black Mage, the only skill I wanted was Meteor, the level 51.
Meteor? Black Mage?
Well, that's what it's now. Black Mage's limit break.
Oh, right. Okay.
Originally, we had a version of it.
In the Squadron quest as well, you can use limit breaks and stuff. But all 3 characters use their limit breaks at the same time, from what I've gotten from it.
Yeah.
So basically, it's hit and miss as to whose friggin' lands.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can fine tune. You're supposed to be able to fine tune stuff like that. They need to be able to give us.
You can there's 3 different things you can get, like defensive, open, you know, the general stuff. But you got to level them up as well.
Yeah, we need something similar to the paradigm system where you could basically pre-program then what to do, so you can just basically say, kick ass as much as you want, just leave limit break alone, it's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, right, anyways, off we go. On to the generals. Seeing as Ash dragged us back and we didn't need to. So what do you like to play when you're not playing Final Fantasy XIV?
Myself?
Yes, yourself. We've already done ours, we did it last fortnight.
Oh, well, I'm a massive Dark Souls fan.
So we.
Yeah.
I will play those games till bloody death. I have completed those games so many times. But I started on Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
And then Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and then Demon Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Demons.
Now
Go on.
Yeah, Demon Souls was my first ever platinum. I finished New Game Plus and I was like, oh, I'm done with it. And then I came back a few months later and I was like, oh, actually, looking at the trophy list and what it involves, I could probably platinum that. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And then Demon Souls was my first ever RPG as well. So,
really?
Yeah, so it was quite overwhelming at first, but I absolutely adored the combat and the challenge.
Yeah, it was a really good... I think I enjoyed Demon Souls more than I did Dark Souls, the first one.
I'd say Dark Souls is my favourite game because it's more... Demon Souls has got the portals, hasn't it, where you kind of...
Yeah.
Which I like, but I think I can appreciate the design more in Dark Souls 1 because it's more interconnected, it's more open, but it takes a lot more skill to make that.
I still can't parry for shit in that game.
Never.
Dreadful.
I have a shield, that's good enough.
Yeah, well, I've always been a mage, so I always just fire shit off and just run.
Well, I only started playing Demon Soul because he platted it, and then I stupidly went, well, if you can do it, then I should be able to. So it's like at that point it became a matter of pride.
And I'd mentioned it to him, and I'm like, oh, I absolutely love this game, you should try it. And he's like, I'll get round, and he goes, oh, I'll get round to it. And then the best feeling was for actually platinum it. I actually felt like I'd properly finished the game. I felt so glad I'd come back to it.
It is one of those games that gives you so much, like, yes, when you actually get past the boss mind in it, you know.
And then I played Demon Souls, platted that, and then I met a friend on Demon Souls 2, and by the time I'd finished the plat run on Demon Souls 2, he got that high. I went through the game again from just with him, 2-player, me and him, and watching this guy as a cleric literally one-shot everything on New Game Plus, it was like, well, this is going to be the easiest run of my life.
So you just follow?
Pretty much.
It's like
you were only hitting the bosses 2-3 times and they were dead. It was like, what's the fucking point of me even coming at this point?
Yeah.
What did you do? He's got like 99 points stacked into cleric. It's like, wow.
Like Dark Souls 3 for me, because I didn't buy a new game for ages. Dark Souls 3 I completed like 7 times, you know, like New Game 7.
Yeah, Dark Souls I platinum.
And I got bloody everything in that game. But I've never been a trophy hunter, see? I've never been one of those guys that gets all the trophies and stuff.
I do for some games and not for others.
I'm like, shit getting trophies. You should see that. You should see my trophies for Final Fantasy and stuff. It's crap, like.
The Final Fantasy 14 is actually impossible not to plat because it all comes with time anyway.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet the only stuff you've got left to do, Phil, is the crafter stuff, which is basically craft 1,000 items with every class.
I'm gonna have a look now.
But it was like Dark Souls 3, I don't know, it just didn't feel as good as the other 3 for me.
Dark Souls 3 was a lot easier than the rest of them.
It was.
There was too many bonfires.
I bounced through every boss on Dark Souls 3 first time.
Yeah, I my second run on Dark Souls 3, I cut through it way faster than all the others, and I'm not sure why. It wasn't loads easier or anything. Maybe I was Maybe
That
I was
goes back to that old argument,
experienced.
we're veterans at this point. It should be frigging easy.
Yeah, maybe I was more experienced or something. How many times did I message you and say, "Oh, I killed that boss first time, second time," and I'm like, "What's happening? This is not normal for me."
Yep. So what about your favourite game of all time, Phil?
My favourite game of all time, Fable.
Ah, Fable fan.
Yeah. I just bought Fable 2 now for my daughter to play, because she's a massive Fable fan as well, so she's in there playing it now as we speak. Like.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, I just love the fact that you could go around kicking chickens, if I was honest.
Yeah, do that on Skyrim and the whole fucking realm comes chasing after you. You know, walk up, murder someone, no one bats an eyelid, hits a fucking chicken, the whole realm's after you. It's only a chicken, only wanted an egg.
47% I've got on Final Fantasy. My platinum, my trophy-wise, like. I haven't got any platinums on it or anything.
Yeah, it all comes through time.
I got 2 gold, 1 silver, 18
So you've done the
bronze.
1,000 fates.
That's how bad I am.
One's for 1,000 fates, I think.
yeah.
One's for, I think, just for finishing and beating
Once
Ultima.
for 1,000 lev as well, 1,000 levs.
No, I think that's only silver, you know.
Oh yeah, but I'm just talking about trophies in general. But yeah, colour-wise, I think it is on the silver.
So, yeah, it's probably stuff like 1,000 levies and 100% or 1,000 items crafted, none of which is hard.
But it's one of those games that you can't plat by accident, is it? Because you've got to actually go out of your way to craft those 1,000 items.
Yeah. It's not like Need for Speed, which I literally platinum by accident.
It doesn't come naturally.
Complete the main scenario, I got that one.
Yeah.
You first leave.
Yeah.
So you'll have all the progress ones, won't you? The natural progression ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Story and stuff like that.
I've never been a trophy hunter, see. I've always been just play the game and...
It's like I'm playing through Alien Isolation at the minute, and oh my god, that game is giving me a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, everyone's going on about like how good that game is.
I've got it on easy, and it is one of the most brutal and punishing games I've ever played in my. It makes Dark Souls look easy,
Yeah.
and I mean a new Dark Souls player, it makes it look easy.
Now, Neo, I'm looking forward to buying when it actually goes down in price a bit on the Play Store.
I've actually got that, but I've not started it yet. But obviously, as a Souls fan, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? I played the demo.
I played the demo as well, and it was hard.
Yeah, I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I mean,
So I've got it. The old backlog.
like I've got a few games on backlog at the moment. I got like Far Cry Primal on backlog. I've just started playing it now.
I love the Far Cry games.
I've never played any of the other ones. See, I like the look of Primal because it was just like caveman.
I am caveman, hear me roar.
I am caveman, hear me roar. Yeah.
I've just finished Horizon Zero Dawn.
I am gagging to play that game. I am gagging to play that game.
It's one of those, it looks beautiful, it plays fantastic. The only problem is it gets a little bit cookie cutter in places, like go get this, bring it here, go do this, bring it here. It's like, oh, I'm trying to save the world here.
I wouldn't give a shit. It's the main character's a ginger.
Yeah, that was my reason for playing and all.
Yeah. I'm kind of shallow like that.
But it's like, sometimes I get that way on Final Fantasy, it's like, Alphino sends you off on a question, and you think, go do it yourself, you poxy little shit. Why can't you run to the market and go get yourself a shit?
Yeah, I gotta pick up a letter.
He's such a whiny little shit in first
Especially if the said place is, a 1 minute walk away.
Yeah.
And you just like, it's round the corner, dude.
Yeah, a lot of the Waking Sand stuff were like that. Like, take
I tell you what,
this to a
why the hell?
Okay.
Why the hell didn't they put like a shard at the Waking Sands? I never know.
God, I know. Travel to Thanaland, then run all the way down that frigging tunnel.
Yeah, either that or
Chocobo
go
Porter.
through the boats. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you can get there by boat.
I've never done it myself.
No, I've always used Chocobo Porter.
Yeah.
Unless I specifically wanted that fate that spawns down there with that
That's
giant
just off to
crab
the right.
thing.
Is that the one that's just off to the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty much hard to miss if you're there. like literally smack bang in front of you just before you clear that area. So what about worst game you've ever played, Phil?
Oh my God, easily Watch Dogs.
Really?
Yeah, what a monotonous game that was.
I platted that by accident and all. Well, alright, not by accident, but like the stuff I had left to do by the time I'd finished the game was not worth not doing.
Yeah.
I don't think I even finished the game. I just got bored with it.
I know someone else that's like that.
Yeah, I hated the main character, and to be fair, I'm not normally character orientated, but the way it looked, the things I had to do, I was just like, you know, the hype about this game and what I'm playing, I'm just like, it's a poor man's GTA.
It was.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible by any means, but considering what it should have been and what I actually got, I was just like, it's not very good.
There was so much hype about it, and then when you played it, it was like, nah, gotta do this, gotta hack into that.
It was a case of I could have done it, but it felt like I had to force myself to do it, and I'm just like, you know what, it's not the worst game I've ever played, but it's for what it should have been and what came out, it's one at worst.
I'm going to go sit on my other corner of I like that game, but a lot of it's to do with it's the first PS4 game I ever played.
Yeah, it didn't make me think, God, you should get a PS4. It looked like a PS3 game to me.
Well, I bought the PS4 specifically for Bloodborne.
Yeah,
I love Bloodborne. We're waiting for a Bloodborne 2, because obviously as a Souls fan, no, isn't it?
I doubt they'll ever make one.
I said when Dark Souls came out, my favourite game ever, Dark Souls, as soon as I'm playing through
my favourite.
When I was playing through Dark Souls 1, and I'm thinking, playing through Dark Souls 1, and I'm thinking that there's something special there. You could tell the series was going to be big, and
I just like the way that the world's just, you'd go off somewhere, and then all of a sudden you'd find a ladder, and you'd be like, oh shit, I'm back here.
Yeah.
I love that about the game. That's what excited me about the game.
It's all interconnected, in it, and it's all.
Yeah.
The problem is it were a victim of its own success, and that's why for me 3 is one. You can blatantly tell that they've just thrown the world together with their own asset.
Yeah.
And they wanted Dark Souls 3 to access to as many players as they could, so they proper dumbed it down.
I think they ran out of ideas for 3 as well.
They dumbed the difficulty down. That's what did it.
Well, no, what did it was the amount of bonfires.
That's what I mean, though. It just makes it easier. There was a whole thing with that where when they were first talking about that you could craft your own bonfires.
Yeah, and
they never seemed to materialise.
They took it out of the game because I know when you complete the game you get the ashen sword and stuff.
Yeah.
But in the trailers and stuff, you'd be able to craft your own and use that. But I was gutted when they didn't bring that in.
And then it only came out to be in the Nexus, didn't it?
Yeah.
The Nexus, not the Nexus.
Yeah, the first bonfire you stick sword in.
Firelink Shrine, yeah.
I'm yet to play the DLC on it. Yeah.
I'm not.
I haven't bought the DLC for Dark Souls, which is strange for me.
I'm not even going to bother.
I did the season pass.
It's a painted world. So I love the painted world from Dark Souls 1 and stuff. So,
I think Dark Souls 2 is still my favourite.
Dark Souls 2, I think, is my favourite as well. I love the fact that you'd be able to go from bonfire to bonfire, kill the shit out of everything until there was nothing left in the world from that bonfire to bonfire, then go on to the next one. It was a good way of leveling yourself up, unless you used the bonfire asset.
Yeah, you could farm a world out, couldn't you?
Yeah,
but you couldn't do it indefinitely. That was the beauty of it.
Yeah. It was like I think it was like either 12 or 13 times you could do it before.
I don't even think it was that many. I think it was more like 8.
Because
no. It was a good, like, it was double digit.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Because I can remember being worried that if you died on a certain area and you kept killing enemies, that you'd run out of enemies to kill and you wouldn't be able to level up. And
in which case you just drop back to an area you didn't farm.
Yeah.
It's never really going to be an issue unless you were stupid enough to get stuck right at the start.
Yeah, but I can remember thinking that there'll come a point where I'll run out of enemies to kill and I won't be able to level up, but thankfully it never happened.
No, I didn't know.
But I could see a worst case scenario where there was nothing to kill and you were stuck. But yeah, thankfully.
But then there was always the bonfire aesthetic, wasn't it? Where they'd be a little bit stronger if you used that certain item.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's everything.
I think that is everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a guinea pig, Phil, my first real guest.
Hey, I enjoyed it.
Ash, you'll be back next. fortnight.
Yeah, no problem. It's been a pleasure. Nice to meet you, Phil.
Phil, I'll probably bring you back when 4.2 comes out, and we can do a whole patch analysis.
That's cool.
Because I highly doubt I shall be back before 4.3, to be honest. Which is not until next summer.
Bloody hell.
Depends how much. I might come back after Christmas. If there's another patch after Christmas.
There'll be one. What we in? When was last one? When did we get 4.1? Last month?
Yeah, last month, yeah.
Yeah.
So assuming the schedule stays where it is, it's 3 to 4 months. So
yeah, it'll be New Year now, won't it?
End of January, somewhere between January and March.
Yeah.
Will be the next one, because obviously you can't count February being so goddamn short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if I remember right, 3.2 came out around the end of January last time.
Yeah.
Because they were basically on a 3-month patch cycle, and then somewhere along the line it got messed up, and we had a really long wait between 3.3 and 3.4, and then that's about where you started playing 3.4, because I remember clearing 3.4 and you're still trying to catch up. You finished 3.1 and I went, oh dude, 3.5's come out, you got more content to go do. And then you were stuck for months clamouring for more story, weren't you, Phil?
Yes. Give me something to do.
Go do Hildebrand, it's all good. It's all good. Have you done the Scholastics one in Nevans Ward?
Which one's
The ones in the Magic University?
I don't know.
Oh, those were fun.
Where would I find those?
It starts in Foundation, I think.
Okay.
I'll find out which quest chain starts it and send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, because you know what I'm like, I'm fucking useless trying to find stuff.
I just want that stupid otter minion and I don't know where you get him from.
I know, I want that.
And
that
those
little fish
half,
one as well.
no, those half fish cat things, I just want to kick them all.
I don't know, I want the
Because
minion,
they're
though.
traitorous little bastards and all. I think they're half
Yeah.
Well, he tries to bloody jack you in 4.1 and all the little shit. Right, anyways, I really am going to wrap this up now.
Yeah.
So, the next one will be about 2 weeks. I have to go find somebody I don't know to be a guest. That should be an interesting one. Might even get someone from a different server. That would be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
See the dynamics across servers.
Yeah.
I know ours is kind of quiet because we're a crafting server.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
No, neither did I until about 3 months since. But apparently we have a high dynamic of... But then if you look at our market economics, they're shit.
Are they? I wouldn't know.
Grade 5
don't...
materia, dude, I remember that I had pieces of grade 5 materia crashing between 30 and 70k a day.
Shit.
And I remember having to drop one, it went up, it was about 550,000 when it went up. Day after I had to drop it to less than 200, I was not happy. Sometimes I'll watch and I'll think, well, there's a gap between the lowest and like the second lowest, so I'll buy the lowest and then add that to mine and sell it on.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I've lost money, but I'm going to make it back and then some, so, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Music sheets, that's where I make my money.
Yeah, you've always been obsessed with your music.
I will get them all if it kills me. It's just when I really want the answers. Scroll is like 5.7, 5.8 mil, and I just don't have that to spare right now. Well, I do, I'm just not. It's bad enough having to spend. I think last week was the first time I've spent anything in like quite a while, and I spent $1 million on 2 ions.
Nice.
Yeah, because I wanted an armoire for my house, so I don't have to keep going to bloody in-room to drop certain items off.
Yeah.
Stuff like the Tantalus gear and, you know, the rewards for being subbed.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that can go in there as well. A lot of the 50, 60, 70 class gear, that goes into armour. So, alright, largely kept it PG. I think I swore more than a lot of you.
I kept it PG as good.
It's alright, I just stick a warning in. It's right. But then again, if people have watched me play Alien Isolation, then they know what my mouth's like, so... That game has made me squeal like a little girl. I kid you not. Right, thanks guys. I will speak to you again.
Peace, guys. Thanks for
Thank you, Phil.
And you, bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.